Hit the recording button and there it is.
Yeah, thank you, Alan. This time I remember. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the networking webinar series brought to you by I Take the Lead. And we have Alan Pershing with me today from Colorado. And he and Lynn, who's not here yet, will be helping me co-host, but I'm especially excited because Dr. Sean Harry is going to be presenting. Oh, you figured out who Sean is. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, here comes Lynn.
There comes Lynn.
And Sean's going to be sharing some networking secrets, or at least one networking secret to help.
The big secret, the number one secret.
That's what I think. So I am so glad. We started doing these webinars back in 2014 because I noticed our members needed a little hand up as far as networking goes. They were mixing it up with selling or mixing it up with just showing up and expecting things to happen. So we've been doing these for a long time. And the whole idea is we wanted to help our members become highly functioning networkers, and then we open it to the public as well. So we have several guests here as well. So I am going to turn it over to Sean and let him introduce himself to you, and let him take it from there.
Well, thank you, Becky, and hi, Lynn. Good to see you. And
I'm here and highly functioning for you.
I doubt that.
Cleon said to say hi.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was going to be here, but he had something going on. He couldn't.
Oh no. Okay.
I remember that. Yeah.
He's got a parole meeting.
Well, hey, so everybody, I am Sean Harry, and I work with the Small Business Development Center at Portland Community College. We like to think that sometimes we think it's our best kept secret in the world because what we do, and a lot of people just don't know what we do, but we work with small business owners to help them grow their business. And I mean, everything from, just one person business, just getting started, up to some of the current businesses I'm working with now are running $5-10 million in revenue, 30-40 employees. There's one business in particular I've been around, I am working with, has been around for 30 years.
Wow.
More than 30 years. And he took over from his grandparents, and he's still in the same building, and they're doing some amazing things. So just to know that wherever you are in your business journey, I have worked with someone like you, and at the Small Business Development Center, we work with people like you all the time. Lynn, I think you're making a lot of noise there.
I've got earphones in. I don't think it's coming from me.
I think it is.
Really?
I just muted you, and it's a lot better now. That's the story of my life. Mute Lynn, and it's better. So anyway, I will tell you a little bit more about the Small Business Development Center and how you can connect up with the Small Business Development Center towards the end of our session today. And when people ask me, well, what do you do? I say, well, the people that we work with are experts at doing the thing, making the thing, or baking the thing, or providing the service. But a lot of times they don't know how to build a business around that. Like, how do I hire an office manager? Or I get these financial statements every month, and what do they mean? Or how do I create a marketing strategy? And that's where we come in, and we help people build a business around the expert thing that they do. So today I have been asked to share with you the number one secret to success that most people overlook. And I'm going to start sharing my screen. Let's see. I'm on a different computer today. My computer went belly up. I don't know why. The keyboard is not working, and I have a meeting with the geniuses at the Genius Bar on Thursday. I'm using a computer that's about I don't know, 30 years old, probably, it seems like. So if any of this stuff's not working, let me know. If it's not showing up right, let me know. All right, so this is me, and let me go over what I planned for today's session. We're going to start out by revealing the secret, because the secret is so important that I think I think you need to just have it in your back pocket, and then if everything goes to heck, you've got the secret. And then we're going to talk about why it's a problem that people don't participate in the secret and don't take advantage of this opportunity. And we're going to talk about why most people overlook it. And then we're going to talk about some ways that you can use this to your advantage. And finally, we'll talk about some of the next steps. So I did a little brain, what I call it, a mind map here. And the secret is this. It's very simple. The secret is to focus. Focus, focus, focus. Focus into who is the perfect customer that you want. What are their needs? What are the pains that they're trying to alleviate? What are the gains that they're trying to achieve? And then go after them and just let go of anyone else. Really to narrow your focus is the secret. So let's take a minute and talk about why that is a problem when people do not focus who they're in on, who their perfect customer is. Well, you can't find your customer if you don't know who you're looking for. That's just all there is to it. If you have not identified who the person is or the people are that you are trying to target, you will never be able to find them. But even more importantly, they will not be able to find you. So let's take an example and see what I mean. One of the things that people do when they're looking for something that you have to offer them is they go to the Google, right? So somebody tell me what business you're in and tell me what you think people would Google to find you. If you don't tell me, I'll just pick someone randomly.
I'll go. I'm in
Okay, Alan.
cash pay primary care, otherwise called direct primary care. And people, I assume people look for primary care providers.
For what? For primary care providers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's take a look at that because I don't think so. Let's go to the Google. And can you still see my screen?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you think people are looking for primary care provider? Yeah. Right.
Yep.
And we get all sorts of folks, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We get, choosing how to choose a primary care provider. We get some names of primary care providers, that sort of thing. Now, here's the thing. Someone who needs a doctor, you're talking about a doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
A physician of some sort.
Correct. Right.
What's the real need that someone has? Let's pick a real need that they have and see if we can even get more focused, because that's the secret, focused on how they can find you. What problem are they having? Are they experiencing?
The dreaded C word, COVID.
COVID. And what about COVID?
Long COVID, lingering symptoms.
And what about it?
Like that they're not sorry, they're not going away. Just lingering symptoms, like they had COVID maybe a couple months ago, but they still have symptoms. They still have symptoms just lingering.
Okay, so here we have,
Hmm.
you know, we're getting more specific about what they might actually Google, which would be lingering symptoms of COVID not going away,
Mhm.
right? And so now we're getting, you know, the thing about Google is it really gets to the point of what people are looking for. So, you know, now let's take that even a step further. What is a specific symptom that somebody might have that's keeping them from doing whatever it is that they want to do?
Hair loss,
What?
hair loss.
Hair loss.
Mhm.
Um, and what is that keeping them from doing?
Get um, going out without a hat, and gosh, what else? I mean, just enjoying life. I mean, preventing them from.
So I mean, you know, I typed in this hair loss from COVID keeping me from going out without a hat and enjoying life.
Mhm,
Um, I, there are answers to that,
mhm,
right? I mean, that's very specific, right? So I mean, even if you get down to hair loss from COVID, right? And then you can see that there's a number of answers there. You could even put treatment near me, because Google loves to do that, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
here we have, I can't really see everything because it's going on here, but here we have some people. Cleveland Clinic
mhm.
has some very specific related hair loss, and there's a consult. So where do you think they're going to go? They're not going to go to, when these folks Google, they're not necessarily going to Google, I'm looking for a primary care provider. They're looking for, how do I take care of my hair loss treatment? You know, what's a treatment for hair loss that I have from lingering from COVID? And you know, there's a point at which people will be able to find some assistance with that. Now that's a pretty, honest to goodness, that's a pretty um, narrowly focused, but look at how many people come up. And I live in Portland, so guess what? Hair Disorders in Portland Dermatology Institute. And I can go to their website, and now that's what I'm really looking for, right?
Mhm,
So this is why the secret is focus,
mhm,
because we gotta figure out who our customers are and what do they need from us, so that they can find us. It's really, your marketing is not really about you finding your customer, honestly. It's about your customer being able to find you. That's the challenge. And in a world of the world that we live in, I mean, there are so many options, right? They say that we're bombarded with thousands, 10,000 or more brand images every day. And if you think about, I mean, I think, man, that's a lot. But I can see a lot of brand images just looking at this screen with you, you know. Obviously I see my own, the computer stuff, I see my phone, I've got a camera here that's got a brand image on it, I've got a light that's got a brand image, there's a brand on my pen, there's a brand on this. But I can even see in some of your backgrounds, I can even see some brands. I don't know what they are, but there's a bottle behind Karen, right, Karen? What is that bottle behind you?
Hydro Flask.
Hydro Flask, right? I mean, that's just a simple example. We can't really see very much, but we can see a brand, you know, behind Karen. We may not know exactly what it is, but if we know what that looks like, boom, there you go. It's in our mind. And so when I say focus is what you really need to do in order to, you know, that's the secret. Um, that's the secret. So your customers can find you. Now let's take a look at this piece. Why is it overlooked? Let's see, zoom out a little bit. Why is focus so overlooked? Well, I sort of did some brainstorming on this, and I think one of the biggest reasons that focus is this secret is overlooked is FOMO. What does FOMO mean? Anybody know?
Fear of missing out.
Oh,
Fear
yeah,
of
yeah,
missing
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what are we afraid of missing out on?
Fun.
Clients.
Clients.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, we're afraid that if we get too narrow in our focus, that somebody is not going to find us, or we're not going to be able to work with somebody, right? So we have a fear of missing clients. Now, the next piece of that for me is this. Oh, dang it. I've got too much going on here. I've got to zoom out. My answer to this is SOWA. Anyone know what that means?
No.
No.
So what? We're afraid of missing out on some customers or some clients or some patients or whatever. But I say, so what? And here's why. Let's do the math. Somebody tell me, how many customers in a month do you need in order to break even? Just break even.
2.
Marcel, is that you?
Yeah, 2.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about your business.
Social media management. Products range from $800 to $1,500 a month for monthly support.
Okay. And so you just need 2 to break even. What if you find 4?
Then I'm paying myself.
Then you're actually taking home a business. Absolutely.
And I got a 6 right now, so I'm doing good. But
You're doing great. But what if you found 2 more
yeah,
this month?
that's
Right?
why I'm here, Sean. I need the secret.
Okay. Well, the secret is focus.
Okay.
And how many? And so, are you working with businesses or?
I say remarkable leaders is my ideal person.
Okay.
So not just a salesperson, but somebody leading a community.
Somebody leading a community. Okay. How many? And are you in Portland or are you in Denver? Where are you?
I'm north of Seattle in Mill Creek.
Mill Creek. Okay. How many of those? What'd you call them? Cool leaders? No.
Remarkable leaders.
Remarkable leaders. How many of those remarkable leaders would you say are in your service area?
I've never thought about that. I have clients all up and down the West Coast, so they're not just in Mill Creek.
So could we say hundreds of thousands of potential customers?
Probably at least hundreds.
Or at least thousands, I would say.
At least thousands for sure.
And if you want to make your life even better, you need 2 more.
2 more, yeah.
Out of thousands. I mean, think about that. Okay, I'm afraid I'm going to miss somebody, and I say, so what? Let's narrow that a little bit. Let's focus that, Marcel. You mind playing? You want to play a little bit?
I would love to.
Okay. So who would you say is think about one of your favorite clients? Tell us a little bit about them. Where are they located? What kind of business?
So service-based companies. So an author, like ideally they've written 3 books.
Okay, perfect.
And they want
Excellent.
to build a course.
Okay, so how many people would you say on the West Coast have written 3 books and have what about it? An online course?
They want to build a course, yeah.
They want to build a course. Okay. How many people is that potentially?
Now we're down to hundreds.
Now you're to hundreds, but still, if you're only looking for 2, That's like 0.5% of those people,
Mhm.
right? So now we're focusing on people who've written 3 books and want to build an online course. All
Mhm.
right, what is their course about? What's the topic?
Doesn't matter. I've done real estate. I've done politics. I've done home organization. I've done humor
Yeah,
education.
but your favorite, the one that you enjoyed working with the most?
Probably humor education.
Humor education?
Yeah, so a graphic designer turned networking ninja turned into a humor education specialist.
Okay, I already like
Seriously,
that myself. Yeah.
it's fun and we have a lot of fun, but there's only one. I mean, like he's remarkable. That's what I'm saying. There's something unique and different about them that
Okay.
gets a cool response. Your typical real estate person doesn't have that slant yet, you know, or your
Well,
typical
let's
insurance
take a real estate person who wants to make an online course then,
person.
and has written 3 books. How many of those would you say there are?
Probably 14.
Okay, we're narrowing that down, but guess what? That's still a big group if you're only looking for 2 of them. Now,
Mhm.
here's the secret. Here's why the secret works. If you were a real estate agent who had only written 2 books but wanted to make an online course, you think you would look at your marketing, look at the marketing that comes from Dreamosity?
Mhm.
Or if, let's say you were a real estate agent that had only written 1 book, but wanted to make an online course, you think that you would, if you saw something from Dreamosity, you'd go look at it?
Probably not.
If you've written 1 book and want to do an online course, I think the key there is the online course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So what if you're a real estate agent and haven't written your book yet, but want to do an online course, and you saw something from Dreamosity that said, real estate agent, I can help you create your online course.
Mhm.
You think they'd look at that marketing information?
I think they want to go get prospects to sell a house. According to my research, they don't want to build courses in general. They want to go sell houses.
They
So
what?
they're not enough educators like at their core to want to create a course. So they've got to have this educator side to them, but not like school system K1 to
Right.
12 or K through 12, not that type of person.
Right. Yeah. Well, but the thing is, I think that what we're talking about here is, I mean, I bet you could find 100 people
Mhm,
that are close enough to that on the
mhm,
West Coast that you could talk to, that have that desire, want to create an online course, maybe have written something, maybe haven't, have that education, are those educators, right?
mhm.
So what is, I mean, if there were 100 potential people out there and you only need 2 more, why not narrow the focus, right?
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I like that. And I don't think anything I posted in the last 60 days says online course. I'm always like social media management, improv workshop, financial joy. I have these other like keywords, but not what I actually want to be helping people with. So that's wonderful, Sean. Thank you.
And especially if you are able to show some um, some results,
Mhm,
right? Like, and you don't have to name, Joe Smith increased his online course numbers by
mhm,
triple after using our services. You can say, some of our clients have increased their reach by X number, and you don't have to get real specific in that way, but you can show that there are some results. And then remember, the idea of our marketing, the purpose of our marketing, whether it's social media, our website, or anything like that, is for people to say, that's interesting, tell me more.
mhm,
I'm interested in learning more about what it is that you do. So the problem is, without focus, you can't find people, and your best customers can't find you. Why it's overlooked is because we're afraid of missing out. But I say, so what, right?
mhm.
Well, let's talk about how you can use it to your advantage. The way that you can use focus to your advantage is multiple. Whoops. I don't know what's going on with this weird, wacky computer. All right. The way that you can use it to your advantage is multiple. One, when your customer sees your marketing, they see your social media post, they see your website, they see your brochure, they see whatever it is of yours, that they see your car drive by. Let's say you're a cleaning service. There's a cleaning service called Mary Maid around here, and they have a car, their car is wrapped, and it says something like, you know, we do the dirty work for you, or something like that, right? And I'm like, you know, that person probably gets a lot of people checking out their website just from that car, right? Because people see that car and they say, you know what, that person understands me. I don't want to do the dirty work. I want to enjoy my life more, or I'm so busy working, or I'm so busy, whatever. I don't want to do the dirty work. There's this place in our house. Our house is small, 650 square foot.
Wow, that is small.
It's small, one bedroom. But in the bathroom, there is this, it's not built in. So the other day I was looking for something and I pulled out a box and I could see underneath there. And it's, you know, it's been 3 years since anyone's ever cleaned under there. Guess what? We have a cleaning service coming in on Thursday because I don't want to do that dirty work. It's going to be a pain in the rear to pull that out, clean under there. I mean, it's not that big a deal, but I don't want to do it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm willing to pay somebody else to do it. Obviously, I don't want to do it because I haven't done it in 3 years.
I usually say it's complicated, so just hire me, but I know that's not the best message. And so like there's a lot to it. So
Well, if you tell them what is complicated,
social media management.
social media management for your, and I mean, again, focus, take it as narrow as you can. Focus media management for your online course is complicated. Let me help you with it. Let me manage it for you. So yeah, perfect. And then we also looked at the Google. You know, people are not gonna Google. So my wife is an acupuncturist, and she's been really working hard on her marketing, because I won't let up on her. But her specialty is working with perimenopausal women. And, you know, at first when she put it out there, she said, you know, acupuncture is good. And she listed all these things, you know, acupuncture is great. And you know, said things like, everybody needs acupuncture and blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, let's Google that. Everybody needs acupuncture, or acupuncture is great, or anything on the list. And of course, you know, came up with a ton of things. But here's the of responses on the Google. But here's the thing she did not say, which I think is kind of obvious when you're working with perimenopausal women. What are the 2 words that you need to say if you're working with perimenopausal women? Any guesses?
Hot flash.
Hot flash.
Yeah.
She was not saying hot flash. It was not in her work anywhere. And when she narrowed that focus, really honed in on that, and she started using those words, guess what? Her page rankings started to go way up.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
She could go to a public event and spot her possible patients by seeing who's having hot flashes. I mean, we've all seen it.
We have, haven't we? I've seen it, and I take the lead.
Yeah.
I was sitting next to somebody in the midwinter. It was cold, and she was doing this.
Oh,
What's going on? And she said, I'm having my own private little summer over here. Well, guess what? You need my wife's card. And then another reason, and I would say finally, but not really finally, but another way that this can be to your advantage is you're going to find quality customers.
Yeah.
I go back to Marcel, that was you, right? Who you were talking about this customer that was so much fun to work with, and we enjoyed working together. Wouldn't you like to have more customers like that? I mean, think about what the opposite is. Now, maybe you all have never had a customer like this, but I have. When I see the phone ring and it's that customer, that woman or that guy, I think, man, I'll get back to him later. Let it go.
That explains why you never take my calls anymore.
You never call me anymore. You never. But yeah, I mean, it's like, oh man, or I know that person's gonna, maybe somebody walks into your shop and you're like, oh God, here they come. And there's gonna be a complaint, or there's gonna be a such and such, right? You want more of the good customers and fire those customers who are not. And the way that you can do that is to focus. Really get focused on who your perfect customer is. Then they can find you. All right, so let's talk about the next steps. The next steps are, there are 3 things, and then also I'll tell you how you can get in touch with the Small Business Development Center. So let me go to the next slide. Here are 2 tools, and Becky, I will email you the links to these tools or downloads to these tools.
Oh, great.
And then
Yeah.
you can pass them out to folks in the group. But
Okay.
the first tool is this tool called the Customer Persona. And the Customer Persona is a tool that we use to identify that perfect customer and things about the perfect customer. Can you all see this? I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me see if I can increase it. All right, so this is a tool that comes from us from a toolkit called the Growth Wheel. And the Growth Wheel is a tool that I use with my customers. So you want to think about, okay, if I want to think about my perfect customer, I want to think about some of the details and the facts, some of the demographic information, right? But also I want to think about what's going on in their mind, in their brain. What kinds of things do they think about, and what kind of feelings do they have, and assumptions do they make, and those kinds of things. But then I also want to think about what are some of the circumstances of their life. And this tool will help you do that. First thing you do is you identify, is this person a user of my tool? Are they a buyer? Are they, if it's in a business, are they someone who initiates, they come to me, or is it influencer or decider? And you can think about, there are different kinds of personas that you can create. And then I would name this person. So, if we go back to that person that Marcel is talking about, you could actually put a name here, but you could also say, comic turned educator. And if you're Lynn, you probably could come up with a more catchy name, like
Comic turned not such a good comic.
What?
Comic turned not such a good comic.
That's
And really,
you.
it was Toastmaster turned entertainer is what it was.
Oh, wow.
And I love Toastmasters, but there are some confident, boring people out there, and we took a stab at that challenge with the course.
So this person is going to be Toastertainer Tom.
Okay.
Toastmaster
All right.
Entertainer Tom, right? And
That's
so then
fabulous.
you can start identifying by some of the facts of this person. What's that person's age? Tom, you said Tom was a male.
49.
49. Here, let's fill this out while we're here.
Yeah,
49, male.
a graphic design degree.
Okay.
Go figure.
Now, some of these things may not pertain to
Yeah.
you. If you're working business to business, you might think, okay, well, who's the person in the business that I need to get to, and who do they report to? That may not be so may not necessarily for Tom, but what industry?
Marketing, advertising, I would say.
And where is Tom located?
Seattle area.
Right there, we've narrowed the field. We've created focus. But wait, there's more, right? So let's think about some of the things that Tom is thinking about. What is Tom feeling? What is Tom doing? Where is Tom going? Now, these things, there are two kinds of things that we might put in here. One are the things that are related to the services that we provide. But even more importantly, they are just related to Tom's life, right? So what kinds of things does Tom think about? What feelings does he have? What interests or concerns or preferences does he have? Does he have responsibilities, activities? What kind of, does he snowboard, for instance? What do you know about Tom? Tell us about Tom, Marcel.
Thinks a lot about podcasting and speeches, and I think annoyed at boring sales pitches, you could say, so like there's a quality judgment in there. I think concerns are, people go out of business if they don't figure out their sales pitch, right? Or if they don't figure out their confidence at the mic. Interests, I don't know, cool mics, good beer. Yeah.
What is it?
Cool microphones, good beer, like kind of part techie, part just laid back.
Okay. What kind of responsibilities does a 49-year-old male have? Does Tom have a family? Are they taking care of parents?
Fatherhood, business owner, MC.
Is that Tom in the corner telling you what he thinks?
He actually did come in. He's printing something.
Hey, Tom, do you have a family, Tom?
He does have a family. You guys want to meet? His actual name is Brian. Say hi.
Hey, Tom.
Everybody.
He owns LaughTechNW.com. We're doing.
Hi, Brian.
I've been called a lot of things, but not Tom.
You're a toaster trainer, Tom.
You're not just Tom, you're toaster trainer, Tom.
Yeah, we have actually a cool studio for like 15 people, and today we're just
That ambiguous, somewhat androgynous profile looks just like me too. It's
hair, good hair.
Oh,
That's
we might
important.
have to put a little more hair up there, but yeah.
Add a dead caterpillar. So
Well, hey, Tom, what kind of activities do you do? Are you a snowboarder or a hiker?
just what she said. I have 2 children, so I'm not allowed to do anything or have anything nice.
They just went down to where'd you guys go? The Star Wars Festival, SummerCon.
SummerCon, yes.
Oh, wow.
Got to get our geek on.
They're the Star Wars geeks, I would say.
Right. So see what we're doing here. We can fill this out. And now not everybody, Tom is a unique person. I just looking at him, you can tell there's a uniqueness to Toast Trainer Tom.
Yep.
But what we can say is that Tom, there are other people that have some similarities to Tom.
Okay.
And so using this tool, and again, Becky, I will send this tool to you.
Yeah,
So you can share it with these folks.
sure. Thank you. Because I was be sending out the replay, so I'll do that.
Okay, and you can folks just fill it in, and there may be things about this customer persona that you don't know. So how would you find these things out if you didn't know, for instance, what some of the challenges were or what part of the circumstances are? What would you do to find that out?
Ask them.
Well, yeah, that's the most obvious, isn't it? You can ask them, you can observe,
Yeah.
right? So,
Stalk them on social media.
you can lurking is a great research tool. It really is. You can follow them on social media and see what they like. Listen, there's nothing I like more than when I go see somebody and they ask me, well, how's your granddaughter? Because I do a lot of stuff with my granddaughter, so we're on social media a lot. Oh, I see you're doing a lot of woodworking stuff, so forth and so on. Wow, you understand you just had surgery. I mean, these are all things, these narrow focus things are ways that you can really help your customers find you. All right. That's enough of that. Let's go to the next one. The next one is a tool called the value proposition. And for that, I want to share with you just a 3-minute video. Take a look at this tool. This tool is so powerful. It's amazing.
Every day, companies design products and services to improve their customers' lives. But 72% of new product and service innovations fail to deliver on expectations. This means that customers don't care about 7 out of 10 new products introduced to the market. It doesn't have to be this way. Just like you create value for your business with a business model canvas, there is in fact a tool to intentionally visualize, design, and test how you create value for customers. It's called the Value Proposition Canvas. The Value Proposition Canvas is composed of 2 parts, the customer profile and the value map. With the customer profile, you describe the jobs your customers try to get done. Jobs can be functional, like getting from A to B, social, like impressing friends and colleagues, or emotional, like gaining peace of mind. You highlight your customers' pains, which annoy customers while trying to get a job done. Pains and negative outcomes that customers hope to avoid, like dissatisfactions with existing solutions and challenges, frustrations, risks, or obstacles related to performing a job. And you outline customer gains, which describe how customers measure the success of a job well done. Gains are positive outcomes that customers hope to achieve, like concrete results, benefits, and even aspirations. Use the customer profile to visualize, test, and track your understanding of the people or companies you intend to create value for. It's a map that becomes clearer the more you learn about your customers. The second part of the canvas is the value map. With it, you list the products and services your value proposition builds on. You describe in which way these products, services, and features are pain relievers, how they eliminate, reduce, or minimize pains customers care about, making their life easier. And you outline in which way they are gain creators, how they produce, increase, or maximize outcomes and benefits that your customers expect, desire, or would be surprised by. The value map makes explicit how your products and services relieve pains and create gains. Use it to design, test, and iterate your value proposition until you figure out what resonates with customers. You achieve fit by creating a clear connection between what matters to customers and how your products, services, and features ease pains and create gains. Great value propositions target essential customer jobs, pains, and gains, and do so extremely well. Your customer profile may contain countless jobs, pains, and gains, but your value map highlights which ones you intend to focus on. Don't forget, an outstanding value proposition can still fail if your business model is flawed. Successful companies embed outstanding value propositions in scalable and profitable business models. Use the value proposition canvas to create products and services that customers want. Get started at Strategyzer.com.
So you can go to this the Strategyzer.com, and you can pick up the value proposition canvas. And let's see if I have a copy of it here.
Oh, okay.
And I'll actually send you this link too.
Oh, okay, very good.
And
Thank you,
people
Sean.
can go there. But and this is similar to another tool that I use that I'm a simple guy, so mine is simply called the you them model. So the you is, what do I have to offer, and them is what do they need, right? And it's what we're looking at here. What are the jobs that need to be done, and what are the identifying the pains that your customer has, and or the gains that they want to achieve. You want to alleviate the pains with pain relievers, and you want to help them, show them how you can create gains with the gain creators. Now, I'll give you an example of this with a specific customer, client that I had. We went through the value proposition canvas, and I work with a lot of naturopaths, chiropractors, a lot of medical personnel, because my wife is an acupuncturist, as I mentioned. And this client happened to be a chiropractor. And she was able to identify very clearly who her customer is. And she said, I really like to work with women who are either pregnant or have just had a baby, because I can really help them, because their bodies are going through these changes, and it's stressful on them. She said one of the customers, I mean, certainly she had other patients that she worked with, but she really enjoyed working with this group. And so I said, tell me about that person, a woman who has just had a baby. What are the pains or what are the gains? And she said, oh, the pains are very clear. They have two kinds of pain. One, they have very physical pain from their hips, doing the thing that has to do for the baby to come out, right? Physical pain. And they said, then they also have this other pain, which is a pain of guilt. They feel guilty that they're not eating right, or they're not feeding their child right, or they're not going to the gym enough. And so she was very clear. She said they have pain, physical pain, and they have guilt. It's like, okay, you understand your customer, you understand this client. Now let's create your pain relievers, because in this case, she was focusing really on the pain. And when I asked her, I said, what are the pain relievers? Oh my Lord, she went into this thing about they're using anatomy terms and all sorts of stuff. And I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. If somebody says to you, I have pelvic pain because I just had a baby, the relief that you're offering them it should not be some anatomy lesson. What should she tell her patients if they have physical pelvic pain?
I can help you get rid of it.
I can help you get rid of your pelvic pain.
Yes.
Yes. Because that's what the person is Googling, pelvic pain from childbirth. And then you, boom, okay, all right. So I'm going to tell people that I help relieve pelvic pain. And if the person has another pain they have is guilt, then you tell them that you're going to help them overcome the guilt from not exercising enough because they're a new mother or something like that, right? And so you really focus on how the pain reliever, very specific to the pains they've identified or the gains that they've identified. So for instance, I was working with a client today who does marketing, and she works with a number of people in the construction industry. And she was able to identify very clearly a gain that these folks are trying to accomplish or achieve is that they're trying to, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but it's hard to hire people right at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically people who have some skills in your industry. And so she said, yeah, I want to create a marketing campaign that will help these contractors find people to hire, right? And so but she had to sell this to, the contractors, because they're thinking, man, $800, $1,000 a month to help me with my social media. What good is that? Well, if I'm just selling them $800 worth of social media a month, that's not what they want. So we're developing for her a strategy or plan, a social media plan for her that says something to the effect of, are you a contractor trying to hire the best? Let us help you, right? And so getting very clear about the gains that she can help these people achieve. Who are they and what is it that they want to achieve? All right, so that's the secret is focus. And I hope you believe me now that the secret, that is in fact the secret. We talked about, why it's a problem, how you can overcome it, but then what are your next steps? Once you have identified who your customer is, by identifying the customer profile, and by creating that pains and gains, the value proposition list, then you will have the images, you will have the words, you will have the things that you can put into your marketing campaign that will help those people find you. For instance, Marcel, you identified that this person, Toastmaster Tom, likes, cool microphones.
Mhm.
Boy, if you in your social media don't put some pictures of cool microphones and technology and stuff like that, I'll be very disappointed. Because guess what? That will catch that type of person's eye, and they'll pay attention. And that's
Yeah.
really what it's all about.
Excellent.
Yeah, when
So
you
what-
said that, I pictured a vintage mic.
Yeah, and
know?
we've got a bunch of
Yeah.
So what's interesting about Tom or Brian who just left is I want more people like him. At the same time, I don't want too many, right? Like I want to build courses with people who I can then take a percentage of, which isn't something I talk to up front. But like social media management in general is posting to Facebook. That's not what I'm talking about, right? So I think that's the bridge I have to gap.
Well, that's
Sure.
secret number 2. You want secret number 2?
Yeah.
This is a bonus time. If you don't want to hear bonus time, cover your ears.
I want to hear
La
it.
la la la. Secret number 2 is raise your prices.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Charge more. And then the people who really want you,
Mm.
get really focused in your marketing and then charge more. Then the people who really want you will come to you, and you won't have too many people. You won't have to work with so many, right? And get really clear about what you can do for them.
Okay.
Secret number 2, raise your prices. What we're getting close to the end of the hour. What questions, insights, thoughts?
What do people hire you for, Sean?
Exactly this. So
Like, so you're the guest speaker for today, is that right? I'm new to the group, so I'm
yeah,
trying to find out.
I'm the guest speaker for today. I work with the Small Business Development Center at Portland Community College,
Okay.
and we help people build their business. Let me put a link.
Because some of my clients are really easy, and some of them I'm like, Facebook's not going to fix that, right? That matrix was beautiful. I was like, I need to do that more, I think.
Yes.
But
Let's see,
others
where
go
did you
to
go?
it.
So here is the Small Business Development Center is paid for by your tax dollars.
Oh.
And we have a Small Business Development Center in all across the country. There are 1,000 centers across the country. So this is for Oregon SBDC. There are 20 centers in Oregon, but there may be. You're in Denver, Alan, I think you said, or you're in Seattle, Marcel. There are SBDCs in your area, and we work with you to help you grow your business. Plan a strategy in regards to what's gonna make your business grow. We can help you pull some market research. We have a strong team who can help you get, if you like to make food, we can help you get that into local markets, your food in the local markets, open a restaurant, just grow your business. That's what we do, Marcel.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sean, are you still coaching on the side on your own, or just with the?
Nah, that's too much work. I'm pre-tired.
Yeah, I hear you.
I turned 62 this year, so
Do you
I
really?
just,
Wow.
yeah, I just do the work with Small Business Development Center. I don't need to make a ton of money, but I sure have fun, man. That think about everyone that you work with, Becky, all of the different kinds of businesses that are out there,
Mhm.
and they're all so interesting.
Absolutely, yeah.
What other questions do you all have?
Another one. Have you heard of data art, Sean, or anyone?
What?
Have you heard of data art?
I never dated art.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds weird.
Data art. I don't know what that is. Is that what you do?
Well, kind of. I wrote a book called Financial Joy in 2018, and I made data art in the book. And I didn't realize I was doing it when I was doing it. I was just trying to tell the story of the profit and loss a little bit
Yeah,
clearer
yeah.
into the spreadsheet.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, send me a link to that. That may be something I want to use in my classes.
I'd be happy to.
There, send me a link to that.
Okay, you got it.
Other questions? Teresa, did you have a question? I see you went.
Yeah, so when you were doing the persona for Toastmaster trainer,
Yeah,
so you used the one individual's personality, build that up to get an idea of what that general would be and what to market based on his personality.
yes. And here's why, because there are other people who will see themselves in that profile,
Hmm.
right? As when Marcel puts in pictures of cool microphones and, you know, comedy and things that are important to Tom, 49-year-old man who's had a business, you know, been in one line of work and wanting to go into another, and she puts in those images and uses those words, other people will see that and go, she gets me, she understands me. That's not exactly me, but I think she could understand me, and so they will come to her.
Can you tell that story, the meeting we were at, the chiropractor?
The most impactful networking elevator pitch, you know, we all have to do our elevator pitch, was at I take the lead meeting. There was a chiropractor there, and he introduced himself and he said, my name is so-and-so, I'm a chiropractor. I am looking to meet a 29-year-old woman who wants to run a marathon on her 30th birthday.
Hmm.
Boom. I mean, now, did you just get an image of that person in your mind? Yeah. And he actually walked away from there. He was a guest and he walked away from there. I remember distinctly, he had 3 leads, 3 direct leads, because he was so focused. And guess what? Here's the kicker. Not one of them was a 29-year-old woman wanting to run a marathon on her 30th birthday. Not exactly that. But because he conjured up that image in their mind, people were able to say, oh, you need to talk to my brother needs to talk to you. He's 27 now, and he plays softball every weekend, and he is not he's not well on Monday mornings. He needs to talk to you. Right? And you know, that kind of thing. There were other people like, oh, you know, if somebody says to me, here's another client. I have another client who specializes, she's a naturopath and an acupuncturist, and she specializes and takes cash only and charges a lot in working with people who are super high-end bicycle racers. And I said, what's the deal with that? She said, listen, these guys are spending $1,000 on their back wheel. If they're going to spend $1,000 on a wheel, they're going to pay cash to me to help them be able to ride their bike. You know, and they've got some kind of injury or they've got something, and she's just really narrowing that focus. Now she works with other people as well, but that is the focus that she's able to really, what has been able to build her practice in crazy ways.
We met a fitness instructor, kind of trainer, and he was trying to go to too many people. And he finally said, I can help your high school athlete get a college scholarship. He dialed it down, and all of a sudden he was busy, because a
Wow.
lot of people, they're willing to pay more money to a trainer if you're going to help Johnny get a lacrosse scholarship or rowing or football.
Yeah.
And it might
yeah,
not be a D1, but there's other scholarships, so it made a huge difference.
absolutely. Yeah, my granddaughter, Lynn, this is exciting. My granddaughter was with us this weekend. She just graduated. She lives in Killeen, Texas, and she got a full ride scholarship to Concordia University in Austin. I said, and to play softball. She's a softball.
Nice.
I said, how much is that? She said, like $45,000 a year.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
was like,
I've got
man, and I said, how much do you pay your trainer? She said she works with a trainer and she pays him like $400 a month. I mean, that's a lot of months worth of training to
Yeah.
get that scholarship, and that's a D3 school. I think, right?
I've got a buddy who has 3 kids and they like soccer, so they just got into the soccer routine. And his middle child is about to start college, full ride scholarship playing soccer. She
That's
got the
awesome.
scholarship when she was a sophomore in high school.
Wow.
Wow. Well, very good. So you'll send me over those?
I will send you those
Yeah.
here as soon as we get off. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, very
So
So-
good.
we'll put them in the chat, but I'm using this. You can see it. You can probably see I'm using my mom's old computer. That's her picture in the chat.
Oh, wow. Oh, is it really? Oh, I didn't see it. So somebody started to ask, was that you, Dr. Lisa?
Yeah, Teresa.
Oh, Teresa, okay.
So Sean, you were saying that there are others like you in wherever we're living and we just need to seek them out.
Yes, look for the Small Business Development Center in your area.
And are the services free?
Most of them are free. There's free coaching, free advising, and then like we also offer classes through Portland Community College, and there's a fee for those classes depending on how long the class is and all that. But yeah, most of those services are free. You might also look at SCORE, which is Senior Corps of Retired Executives. They may be a little more active in your area. Teresa, where are you located?
Phoenix area.
In Phoenix, yeah. So I know there's a strong SBDC in your area, but also SCORE is Senior Corps of Retired Executives, and they have similar services. And there are other economic development agencies in the area. So just take a look at them. Google help for my small business in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
And if your SBDC and SCORE has listened to this talk, they will come up top of your list.
Thank you.
Well, very good. Well, thank you. Thanks, Sean. I really appreciate you sharing. I know some people couldn't make it, but they had registered so that they could get the replay. So we really appreciate it.
Excellent, Jim.
So Becky, are we going to get recording?
Yeah. Yeah. So
All right, I will, thanks for inviting me.
thanks, Sean.
Excellent
Thank you
as
very
always,
much.
Sean.
Thanks, everybody, for being here.
Oh, hey,
Thank you very
Becky,
much.
is this an ongoing thing?